So before launching Raven, I've been thinking about how I can scale up my testing efforts because there's so many different edge cases and possibilities of this trading bot basically breaking in production, and I want to eliminate as many errors as possible before I release this for testing on the people on the waitlist. So I thought to myself, why can I not just have an AI test this out for me? And for that, I started to create an AI helper. So because you have to understand all these strategies that we are building here in Raven is just like a big JSON payload. And these LLMs are really good at constructing and understanding JSON. So what I did was I created an MCP server that we can give to an AI, and then the AI actually understands all the different possibilities that can be used to create these strategies on Raven. So I'm going to demonstrate you how it works now. And again, I'm not sure if I'm going to launch this together with the first version of Raven, but at least this is something that I've been using to test out the system. And I've also been using it to connect it with Moltbot, but I'm going to show you that just after I show you how it actually works. So make a simple strategy to buy when price move rapidly, then buy the other direction. Now the AI is gonna first try to create a strategy, and then I have an endpoint that can validate the JSON if it's valid, and if it's not, it's gonna prompt again to create a strategy again and then validate it. And now we have a response here, and you can see it first of all explains the strategy detects rapid price movements by comparing a fast 5-period EMA against a slower 20-period EMA. And then we have a JSON preview here. So you can see it's generated this payload of JSON, and it's already applied it to the canvas. So you can see how it's applied it. There's still some issues with it, like for example, I haven't added a venue or a market selector, but that's fine. Like the idea is sound, and you can see how it's actually created two different EMA, so a EMA 5 and a EMA 20 into the compare node here. I see that there's some error where the error doesn't point to the actual the right node, so I'm gonna fix that. And then it does a buy on the ask side, and then when it's filled, it's gonna buy again apparently. So it's oh, it's okay. So it's on a different outcome. So I see here when they buy the ask, it's gonna buy the outcome up, and then when it's filled, they will buy the other side. I don't know why. Let's see what it said. The key feature is this lifecycle hook that automatically triggers when the initial order is filled. Once the yes position is filled, it immediately buys an equal amount of the no outcome, effectively hedging the position. This creates a balanced exposure to both outcomes, which can be profitable if you can capture favorable pricing on both sides, or if you're looking to reduce directional risk after entering on momentum. So yeah, I mean, it did have some kind of an idea about hedging the position, and if this is going to be profitable in a real trading environment, I would bet it's not. But the whole point of this is to have the AI to be able to construct these strategies and then placing simulations and hopefully also live trading, just with the sake of testing this system out in a larger scale. So that's actually why I set up a Moltbot to actually help me out testing this. So what I did is I've set up a Moltbot on a VPS, and then I sent Moltbot here on Telegram basically a documentation of all the endpoints that is available in Raven that he can then connect to. So you can see how I instruct him of how to authenticate, how to create a user, how to use the API key, how to manage it, and then I also instruct him on how to create the strategies, updating, and all of these things that is necessary to construct these strategies with an example. Basically just documenting everything that he needs to know and understand to actually create strategies. And then he responds here automatically that yes, it's stored now in memory, and then he's confirms what I now know is your trading bot says runs on localhost, which is not true. Auth flow login, create API key, use Bearer token. So he understands how to log in or authenticate, key areas to test strategies, bot simulations, and so on and so forth. And then he was able to actually create an account. So he created this test agent account here, and he have created an API key. And then he actually tested, he tested the sign up. He tested the API creation, the strategy validation. So we have an endpoint to actually validate the JSON strategies, just as our AI assistant before did. And then he have access to the CRUD. We have version history. He can create and stop the bots, and he can access the bot logs. So the idea here is he will create the strategies. He's going to deploy it in simulation. And then when it runs, it will save some logs. And then he actually looks at those logs and then gives some input and feedback if he sees something out of the ordinary, if there's some issues, some errors and mistakes. And then he tests he validates some different edge cases that he created. So he basically went and created so many different strategies with edge cases that he kind of just made up, where we did validate that the validation caught it. And then he created these different strategies. So he did a mean reversion strategy, a candlestick breakout strategy, an SMA crossover, a not condition, pending order limits, multi-time frames, and all of them was valid through the validation. And then I asked him to create a monitor system. So I want him to be able to create several different bots and then have him being able to monitor them. So he created a monitoring system. So a simple a database and a way to notify me on Discord. So whenever there is an error, he then notifies me on Discord. I'm going to show you how that looks like just in a minute. And then he created basically a cron job, an hourly cron job to monitor all the strategies that he has deployed. So he did it on the Bitcoin up and down. And then over here, we then continued where he deployed two different strategies. So one was buy the dip, one was the EMA crossover buy. Here we have an example where there's an anomaly detected. Then he saw that there was a stop loss of 5%, but it was stopped out at 7.6%, which is, not that good because we want to be stopped out around 5%. And then we can see here you have another bot, so that's bot 9. And there was something that was broken that we then continued on fixing. And then we have bot 10 and bot 11. So we actually deployed 11 bots now that we've just been going back and forth with. And I then told them, hey, try to reproduce these errors and then give me a summary in the morning. And because this was kind of late at night. And then he did actually find these errors that were reproduced. And then again, as I said, he have this hourly cron job. So you can see how he just pings me all these messages. He basically just gives me information about these trades that he's doing. So you can see here bot 14 and 15. So it just went on throughout the night. You can see here it's 11, and we have around midnight, we have 1 a.m., we have 2 a.m. So actually every hour he then looks back at the strategies. He looks at the logs and see is there any logs. If not, then he makes the strategy a little bit more aggressive, again, just to get data in. And then in the morning, I woke up here, so now it's 7 a.m. now, and then I basically just told him you can pause the hourly check and then just make a TLDR. And then he did that. So this is then what I've been working on. He found some critical blocking stuff here. So strategy creation, no market validation. And then there was some strategy conditions missing. We had some stop loss precision bug. There was something about a stop loss being too tight, which is not a bug. That's kind of a feature in this case, and so on and so forth. So this is basically how I've been using Moltbot the past, 24 hours to actually test out ravn. And the idea behind this again is to just increase the testing to a larger scale before I launch this. So the way it's gonna work is when everything is kind of polished, I'm gonna do 3 phases of testing where I'm gonna invite people from the waitlist to come in and actually test it only using simulations. And then when we gather data from that, we're gonna fix all the different issues, all the different bugs and so on and so forth, and then make it even more robust so we are ready to do live testing hopefully soon in the future. And then as I said, I have him actually sending these trades or actually these strategies into my Discord, so I have a place to look at them. Because on Telegram I chat with him back and forth. Here he just kind of collects the sort of the conclusions or specific trades that he did, and it also allows me and you in the future to actually unleash Moltbot into Raven and have him completely trade autonomous. I think this is a very interesting use case. For sure, it's not something I'm gonna do on the very first version because it is very high risk. But maybe in the future, we'll see. But for now, I just use it for testing out, Raven. So yeah, with that said, that's all for now. If you haven't already joined the Discord, I will highly suggest you to do so. It's called Poly Traders, and I'm gonna make sure to leave a link in the description down below where you can sign up. We have more than 1,000 members now. It's a free to join community where people, they are talking about everything related to prediction markets, trading bots. We have just a general chat. We have a bot development chat here. People talking about strategy and data, predictions, crypto, and vibe coding. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of nice alpha. So I'll highly suggest you to join the Discord. I'll also make sure to leave a link in the description below where you can sign up for Raven. So if you go to ravn.gg, which is this site here. So this is basically what I'm building. If you are not familiar with that already, so this is a no-code strategy builder for prediction markets. This is what I just showed you, this visual no-code strategy builder. If you scroll all the way down into the bottom, you can leave your email address. So that's gonna be here where you can leave your email address and then sign up for early access. So then you're gonna come onto the waitlist, and I already have a lot of people signed up for the waitlist. So if you want to have access to Raven, then I would highly suggest you to leave your email here in this box here, because then I get your email and then I'm gonna give you updates on Raven. So I send out a weekly progress update of all the features and things that I've been working on the past week only related to Raven. And then when time comes, I will send you an invitation to Raven to try it out. First in testing phases, simulation, and then later on I will also enable you to actually trade live. So with that being said, that's all I have for now. I hope you're gonna enjoy your day and see you on the next video. Bye bye.